everybody, it's Michelle, and I've got some more fun products from Inloveartshop that I think you are going to love. First of all, I've got some dies. I'm not going to bother cutting these out to show you guys. We have tried already in a couple of other videos cutting with the dies from Inloveartshop, and they cut beautifully. I just love them. So I wanted to go ahead and pick up some more of their dies. I've got some alphabet dies here. This would be great for really personalizing any sentiment or title that you want to put on your cards, scrapbook pages, tags, anything that you want to do. And then I've got this set here. It is, as you can tell, an ice cream cone, but I know summer is long gone, and I already had even a punch art ice cream cone project before, so this wasn't really necessary for that. But the reason I wanted to get this was for this isosceles triangle here. I have some triangle stacking die sets, but I couldn't find any in the isosceles triangle, which is the kind you're going to need for Christmas trees. So that's what I want to use this for later on. And then I've got some little corner pieces here. This set has two different corner pieces. Let me get those out and show you guys. So this is two dies. One makes a very intricate scrolly corner design, and then you have more of a lattice look. And I really like both of those. And what I like most is they go along with my frame dies here. Also in a set of two, you've got this large die here that would frame up a large photo on a scrapbook layout, or even the front of a card if you're doing a larger card like a 5x7. The entire size of the die is about 4.5 by just under 6.5. So that would frame perfectly on the front of a 5x7 card. And then we have another one here that is a really odd shape. I think that's very unique. I like that. You could cut it apart into corner pieces if you wanted to, or you could use it just to frame up a circle or a square. Whatever you want to do with that, I think it's really neat. It's got the intricate design and the lattice sort of combined on there. And I think those are just delicate and beautiful. These two sets here particularly would be great for weddings. In fact, I think I'm going to use these on a wedding scrapbook page. So that's it for dies that I got this time around. I've got a set of stamps, and that, as you guys know, was another thing I was reluctant to try since they are not the photopolymer, but they stamp very well. I've always had great luck with my stamps from Inloveartshop. So I wanted to get this really fun Halloween set. It's got the phrase Happy Halloween, it's got a spider web, just some little swirls that maybe are going through the air, a full moon here, or whatever else you want to use that circle for, a tiny ghost, a larger ghost, and then we have a flying bat. And then I've got some papers, small 6x6 paper packs, and then we have our vellum papers here. These are 6.5 by 6.5, and what I love about these is they are printed in white on the vellum paper. That's so much fun. I really love that. More patterns than these two packs. Be sure to look through at all of the other options they have. I think they had about 6 different choices, if I remember correctly. So we're going to go ahead and do a Christmas project today, and that's really what I was so excited about with this set of supplies anyway, was this triangle die that I could make Christmas trees from. So I decided to do sort of a retro Christmas theme using some of the papers from this 6x6 paper pack. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 12x12 scrapbook layout for you guys today. And I'm so excited about making trees with this die. I could not wait to get started. The papers that I had on hand and everything that I'm going to be using, I only had the things that I needed to create a single page layout, but you could easily just double this or pick a coordinating paper or cardstock and go ahead and make a double layout or multiple pages, whatever you want to do. The main idea really is just this triangle becoming the trees. So for that retro color scheme, I wanted to do the mint colors and the pink. That really reminds me of retro Christmas. And I went ahead and cut out a bunch of my triangles with my triangle die here. And then I went ahead and glued those onto some fun foam. So the pink stripe, the mint squiggle, and then the mint and teal sort of bokeh pattern I got from my paper pack there. And these two were gifted to me from a friend, and actually retro Christmas was the first thing I thought of when I saw those, with that pink background and the snowflakes, then the red with the pink polka dots. And I added in a white glitter cardstock and a silver glitter cardstock just to give it a little interest. So I glued them all onto my fun foam, and I just saved one to do with you guys now and show you how I did that. I just coated the back of my pattern paper with some Elmer's Extreme glue stick. I like the Extreme because I know that's going to give a really, really good hold. And I like that it's glue stick because it's not a very wet glue, and that way we're not going to have a lot of dry time. And that one hangs off the edge just slightly. Let me see if I can adjust that. I think if I have to sacrifice, I'm going to scoot it down, and maybe I can make that tree a little shorter because I want to stagger the trees anyway. So now I'll just flip that over and trim away that excess paper, and then just take some long blade scissors and cut right along. And with these triangle shaped trees, that is super easy to do just with a pair of scissors. But if you were doing this technique with maybe a more intricate shaped die, you could just go ahead and cut out your fun foam with the same die and layer those up, and it'll fit perfectly. So there are all of my trees all cut out and on their fun foam, and that's going to give them some dimension. But to keep them from all having the same dimension, I'm going to add even another layer of adhesive foam tape to the back of some of those, and we can kind of get a variation in dimension. So the next thing I'm going to do is prepare my background page. And this is the technique that I learned from the scrapbooking channel that I told you guys about once before. I love her channel. And one of the things I love most about her channel is her cutting guides that makes the scrapbooking process so simple. And this is just one small part of the wonderful things that you'll see her do in her cutting guides to sort of make the most out of her pattern papers and cardstocks. But this one part was my favorite, so that's what I want to do today. And I will leave a link to her channel as well, so you can see exactly how she does it and all of the other wonderful ways that you can cut all of your accent papers and everything to go along with that. So I've just got a cardstock piece here. It's in the mint color, and it's got sort of some glossy like snowman hat sort of designs on that. And I thought that would be really good for my retro Christmas. And then just a matching mint and white striped background paper. So this is my favorite part on Simple Cut Creations that she does for her background pages, and that is to use the cardstock as a border for her background patterned paper, and she does that without hiding the whole sheet behind there, and I really like that. So we're going to cut out a frame, and then the insides we'll have to use later on if we want to for accent pieces. So there we've got our frame, and then we've got this inside piece that we can use for additional elements in our scrapbook, either on the same layout or somewhere else in the scrapbook, however you want to do it. And then for our background paper, we're just going to cut that down. We're just going to put this on the front of here just like that, and we've got a little border, and it just does so much to just really make your scrapbook pages pop. So then I'm just going to put my adhesive runner along the border, and if there's a directional choice to either one of those, you want to make sure you've got that how you want it before you stick it down. In this case, I want my little hats upright, and I want my stripes to run up and down. So there we've got our background page with our border, and use just a blank piece of paper to replace where the photo will be, which would be a 4x6 photo. And then I've got a 4.5 by 6.5 matte piece in that silver glitter. So I'm just going to barely put a little bit of adhesive to hold that down, and just take the place of that photo until we get the rest of the page ready. And that will go somewhere up there. Okay, so I think I want my trees arranged about like this. So what I'm going to do is just sort of adhere that in the position that I'm going to want it to be. I want some higher, some lower, some that come off the page I'll trim the ends off of. Cut off this one again just like the white one. Maybe cut it off a little more so it's even shorter. We'll go ahead and do that. And the ones that are going to be more in front of the others, I'm going to go ahead and add some foam tape to. Okay, so now we can remove our backers on the ones that are getting popped up with the foam, and just put some of our adhesive runner on the other ones that are going to be flat to the page. And I think that gives us a really nice little tree border. That is so pretty. And I love how the pink and the red just kind of pop. So I took my capital letters die that I also got from Inloveartshop, and I punched out from some shimmery green cardstock. And let's see, that was the Gemstones line by Coordinations in the color Emerald. So I just cut out the letters, and I'm using the ones to spell Christmas. They do have number dies too, I believe, but I didn't get those this time around. You can get some of those and add the year maybe, or just use some number stickers or whatever you want to do about that. I think I'm going to put my photo with its sparkly matte at a little bit of an angle. on the page right here and put my letters on there with some liquid adhesive. I'm using art glitter glue. You can use whatever is your favorite. And I think I'm going to go end to end and kind of get my spacing even. And I like for my letters to be just slightly wonky a little bit. If you want them perfectly aligned, you can get out a ruler or whatever you want to use to make sure to adjust that. But these letters are even kind of wonky in their font style anyway. So you could do Merry Christmas, you could do Christmas 2019, you could do Christmas at Grandma's. And to finish it off, I'm just going to bring in some embellishments. I've got some glittery foam snowflake stickers from Dollar Tree. I've got some iridescent rhinestone stickers from Dollar Tree. I've got some iridescent ones here from Walmart. And these are all adhesive backed. These are also from Dollar Tree. And just whatever you've got that goes along with your theme that you think will match. And I really think these will be a great addition to the background. Some really large snowflakes just falling all around our page. Even some that go off the edges a little bit. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll just trim up those edges. And some of the smaller ones. And I think some of these pink jewels will be great. And maybe some of these in the center of the snowflakes. I like to kind of blend the color of the rhinestone in with what's behind it. That way you don't get really a lot of color contrast, but you just get that sparkle. Maybe some of these iridescent ones. I'm going to take this smallest teeny tiny one and add those into the center of the white snowflakes on my pink tree here. And then maybe just one of the large ones on my smaller snowflake there on the edge of my photo. I think that may be all I do to it. I'm going to go ahead and trim up my edges. I think I'm going to take this piece that's got my stripes running this way. I think I'm just going to slide it back behind here and let it kind of run along behind there at the same angle as my photo. I think I like that. It gives it a little bit of a gift package vibe. I think that's really cute. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that down. Put some adhesive on the end and on this side as well. Then just take my pen blade and trim that even. And I think that's it, you guys. I'm going to leave it right like that right there. I think that is very understated on the background, and then my trees really pop at the bottom. I think that's a lot of fun. And I was so excited to get that triangle die just to do Christmas trees with that. I'll have the link below if you guys want to check that out and get that die for yourself. If not, you can just mark out a triangle and cut it. It's simple enough to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below to let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Crafty Minds. Also, follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have those links in the description below as well, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys next time.